Global lifestyle philosophies and considering philosophies that come from different types of people across the world is really important for embracing the lifestyle of the Bliss Code, because it's by embracing these different lifestyle philosophies and understanding the commonalities that we find in them and how they soothe us in our everyday life and make us to remember that sometimes we're already living a great lifestyle and help us to have an even better one and have an even better mindset and relationship with the lifestyle that we have and the one that we're building. So, one of my favorite ones, and the first one that I want to discuss in this lifestyle section, is Wabi Sabi. And this is a Japanese term and it has its roots in Zen Buddhism. Wabi just means that we are living in tune with nature. And Sabi refers to the beauty of something that's aging or something that's wearing. So it's really about finding the beauty inside of things that are imperfect and impermanent and incomplete aspects of life. And to me, that's really important as an abstract artist. It's something that I embrace all the time. You may see some unfinished artwork behind me that I'm working on. And it's one of the things that I embrace as an artist because it helps me to be at ease and not to overthink my paintings. So it can have the same effect with anything in life. The core principles are one, impermanence, which is embracing the transient nature of life and objects, meaning I'm thinking of this country song in my head. The only thing that stays the same is everything changes, everything changes. Now I hope that's a country song and I didn't just like make it up as a country song in my head. But that's what you need to think of when you think of Wabi Sabi. The second core principle is simplicity, focusing on the essentials and avoiding unnecessary clutter, both physically and mentally. Now, everybody knows that a cluttered home is a cluttered mind. And this is one of the core principles behind if you see people doing minimalism, living a minimalistic lifestyle and taking away all but the necessary furniture pieces within their home to help them to not have so many things to focus on can be really powerful for your brain um, to have less decisions to make and less things to have anxiety over. I remember earlier today, actually, I was thinking every small inconvenience must go. That was one thing I was telling myself today. Every small inconvenience must go. If something is bothering me and it's a minor inconvenience, and I want you to think of this for yourself too, if it's a minor inconvenience, it must go. Do everything to make your life simpler and to take away those bits and pieces of anxiety within your life. Simplify your own tasks so that you can simplify the mental clutter. Asymmetry is number three, asymmetry and irregularity. Appreciating the beauty and uniqueness and unevenness and irregularity. And as we talked about nature before and bringing nature into the home and going out in nature, this will help you to embrace the beauty of irregularity and things that are pretty much one of a kind and unique and have that beautiful vibe going on. When you see a tree, you see the lumps and bumps in it, you see the irregularities. If you have a piece of genuine wood furniture inside of your home, you see those irregularities and you can appreciate the natural irregular things in life and help you to embrace those concepts in your inner world that everything is not perfect. So, how do you apply Wabi Sabi in your daily life? How do we make this practical for us? Well, one is you can practice mindfulness. You can appreciate the present moment and find contentment in the now. I was talking to one of my girlfriends about this, and she was like, well, how can I do this mindfulness? A lot of busy women, we can't calm our minds down, and we just don't even understand how to create a moment of mindfulness. And I told her, when she cooks a meal, don't get on the phone, don't listen to a podcast, don't watch TV, don't do anything but cook the meal and listen to the sizzle of the pan and listen to the silverware clanking around, your utensils clanking around. This is a moment of mindfulness where you're completely immersed in the present moment and the present moment only. The second way to apply Wabi Sabi into your daily life is self acceptance. So, your journey of self love and accepting your flaws and your imperfections as your unique traits is what makes you great. I remember growing up, prior to getting braces, I remember my teeth being kind of turned in, and my mom would tell me that my teeth gave me character. Thank you, mommy. But yeah, everybody is unique in their own way, and fully 100% accepting and loving yourself for who you are. I don't even want to say flaws and all, because sometimes we pick up on things that don't look like somebody else and we call it a flaw when it's really not. It's just us being us, just the way that we're made. So self-acceptance is a really huge way to apply wabi sabi into your daily life. The next way is sustainability, sustainable living. So, valuing objects with historical value and that have wear instead of just throwing things away, or getting something new just to get something new. A popular example of wabi sabi is having your favorite coffee mug and then it gets a crack. But instead of throwing it away and getting a new one, you can sear that crack, a lot of times with a gold filling to give it a more precious feeling, and to show that history line within it, to show that it's kind of been through something, is actually a beautiful aesthetic and a beautiful way to consider things, because nothing is going to be perfect. There's nothing that doesn't age. And also to take the value off of material possessions. Let's talk about wabi sabi in aesthetics, like interior design. You really can weave this into every facet of your life. I talked about this before with embracing nature. See how this all ties together? It all ties together. When you use natural materials and you appreciate handcrafted items, i.e., original artwork by yours truly, and the beauty and simplicity and minimalism, as I was talking about before, that's a way to incorporate into your interior design. I know I saw some celebrities online that were incorporating this into the way they had their homes designed. Like I have already talked about, with just having things, the charm, really, the mystique, the joy of having things that are handmade and not perfect or slightly flawed or irregular, and the natural aging process of materials, and really embracing that. Now, when it comes to wabi sabi and mental health, we can talk about resilience and reducing anxiety. So, building resilience by understanding that nothing is permanent. And change is a natural part of life. I'm sorry. I just had a moment right there. Nothing is permanent, and that helps you to build that mental toughness, and like I said, to reduce anxiety, because embracing perfection can really lead to you reducing your stress and anxiety about your own personal imperfections in yourself, in your life, because of comparing yourself to others, right? So, um, yeah, this is why I think that I gravitated towards Wabi Sabi and why I want to share this as a part of life that you can at least be thinking of. It's not something that you have to go and change your whole living room around and everything, although you could. It's definitely something to consider. But some simple exercises and practices are meditation, the mindfulness way of cooking that I talked about before, that I told my friend, meditation, which you can use the visualization audios and meditation audios within the Bliss Code Academy, or you can sit in silence. Sometimes I just tell you can tell Google or Alexa or Siri or whatever to put on a timer for just 5 minutes. If that's all you feel like, you can sit still with your eyes closed to take away all the stimulation of the world and see what thoughts are swirling in your mind. So incorporate these mindfulness practices so that you can more appreciate the present moment that I was talking about earlier. Also, another practice is journaling. Get you a Bliss Code journal from the blisscode.net and have yourself a special journal so that you can reflect on this experience and see where your personal growth goes and see what beauty you can find in your personal and lifestyle imperfections. And finally, creative expression, which I love, talked about a lot through art. We are all creative beings. And besides just painting and crafting, you can sing, you can dance, you can write. There's so many ways to show your creativity and express yourself. And when you do these artistic activities, you can reflect on the wabi sabi principles as you're doing this. Like, say if you're working with your hands and you're making pottery and you're seeing that it's not perfectly shapen, or you're using natural dyes, something out in nature, or something that I like to do, go in my backyard and grab a leaf and use it as a stamp in my artwork. So all of these things are going to help you to self-reflect, align with nature, and align with a lifestyle that is more pleasurable and more fulfilling to you.